Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Whoa.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Whoa.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Welcome to Right and Wrong. This is the show where we try to wake up the woke by talking common sense about the issues of the day. I'm your host, Brian Ruka, and with me, as always, over there is my man and yours. He is Producer Juice. People out there on the World Wide Web like to refer to him as the Truth Box because he loves to spit the truth all day, every day. Truth Box, what is up, my man? How you doing today?
Doing well. How are you, my friend?
Doing awesome. Loving life, baby.
Good Friday,
Saturday? No? Good Friday, Saturday? This is Saturday, man.
Is it? All right.
Yeah, you trying to pull a ruse on the audience? I love it. Well,
Tritium? Tritium, you know that word?
I
Like
don't.
refers to the, okay. I think
That's a
it's
good
like
one.
the
What is it?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh,
I don't know. Put it in.
okay.
Put it in the notes. I might be speaking out of there and put it in the comments.
You know, Jorski knows what it is. Maybe he'll give us
Yeah.
give us the definition.
I'll look it up while we're doing it.
Nice. All right, cool.
I should
Well,
just be confident about these things because then people wouldn't even look it up.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could have sold it on me, like, oh yeah, the tritium. Did you get all that per diem?
We keep it. That's ours, right?
Yeah,
You know,
that belongs to us.
the per diem.
That's great. Okay, cool. So it is Holy Week, as we know, as you guys know. It is Holy Saturday, and as we are recording this and throughout the week, I have been trying to reflect a lot on my faith. And specifically, I'm trying to understand my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and what he went through during his passion. I think it's safe to assume that the arrest, torture, death, resurrection of Jesus is one of the most famous stories in human history. I mean, who hasn't heard of this story before? Personally, I've always felt a connection with two aspects of that story that I think really humanize him. And one is when he's praying in the garden and he says, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not what I want, but what you want." The other one is when he's on the cross and he's about to die. His last words are, "My Father, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Now, look, I'm no biblical scholar by any stretch of the imagination, but in the first one, he's praying, he's asking his father to let the cup pass from him because he knows what he's about to go through. He knows what's about to happen to him and he's scared. He's about to be beaten, tortured, and he's looking for some other way to save mankind. He says, if it is possible. Now, which one of us out there wouldn't be thinking the same thing? Hearing these lines really spoke to me because I find it to be extremely relatable. But the true beauty about that passage is how it ends. So it's the part that I know personally I need to work harder at when Jesus says, "Yet not what I want, but what you want." It's like, wow, that is incredible. So Jesus knows that ultimately what he wants or what he thinks, what he thinks he needs in that moment, it doesn't matter at all. We need to live our lives according to what God wants us to do and not what we want to do. That's the hard part. Can we humble ourselves enough to do his will instead of our will? Now, the second one, the my God, why have you forsaken me? That seemed to me a unique instance where Jesus might have had a little doubt and a little bit of fear right at the end, which again seemed like something most of us could relate to. I mean, come on, the guy is nailed to a cross. He's dying in the most agonizing way possible. Can you blame him for feeling abandoned in his final moment? Well, I learned something about what Jesus is saying here in a Bible study that I've been doing in my parish, and it puts the phrasing in a completely different context for me, and it's just awesome. Jesus is making a reference to Psalm 22, which begins, you guessed it, my God, why have you forsaken me? You see, back then, the Psalms weren't numbered, so they were named by the opening line of the passage. So when Jesus says that from the cross, he's not speaking to God and feeling abandoned. He's speaking to the crowd that knows their scripture, and he wants them to think of Psalm 22. By making that reference, it tells everybody down there what he means by it, and he's referencing the whole passage. Now, I encourage any one of you guys out there listening to go read that and think about what Jesus is saying right before he dies. Psalm 22, it's a beautiful story that starts out describing someone that's down and out, someone who feels abandoned and forgotten. It says things like, why are you so far from helping me? And my God, I cry by day, but you do not answer. But halfway through, the story kind of shifts and it becomes about having faith in the Lord and Savior in spite of the negative things that happened at the beginning of it. Towards the end, you get phrases like, he did not hide his face from me, but heard when I cried to him. And those who seek him shall praise the Lord. You see, Jesus in his weakest moment is still trying to provide hope and encouragement to that crowd, to his people, that even though he might look down and out, there is still some hope. It's powerful stuff. And it ends with the most brilliant line possible. And I think I can think of no better way to wrap up this monologue than by reading it now. It says, future generations will be told about the Lord and proclaim his deliverance to a people yet unborn, saying that he has done it. And with that, I think it's probably time we can welcome in our good friend, Mr. Ric Flair, because it is showtime, baby. Woo!
Showtime! Woo! Woo!
I love it. Fire it up, Juice. Fire it up, baby.
I'm fired up, ready to run through a wall for JC.
Woo! What a day. What a day, right, my friend?
Mm-hmm.
Big things happening. He will be rising from the dead in a few short hours at the vigil. And tomorrow, the Easter services all over the place. It is going to be glorious.
The vigil is popping off. If you get a good band, you have a good choir and band and stuff. Lights down, lights flip on, couple trumpets blazing.
Dude, when those lights pop on, it's great, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're right about the trumpets too. Oh, it's good stuff.
Get to sing the Gloria again, right?
Yep. Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, right off the bat here.
I don't know how to say it, but it is that thing, Triduum. And it's like Holy Thursday through Easter Sunday.
Okay. Boy, look at you.
Triduum.
Getting our research done.
Yep.
The kid is what is it? Stat correcting in real time? Fact checking in real time. You're right out there. I love it.
3 Pinocchios.
Yes. Good stuff. So off the bat here, I want to draw your attention to a story that I found just by scrolling the stupid Facebook news feed. So someone that, haven't seen in 10 years or so, used to work with, he posted a story and he said the caption that he wrote in response to this story was, most parents suck these days, this poor woman. And I took a look at the headline of the story and it said, Teacher said she was fired for being a rapper. So immediately I'm like, oh, there's no way parents suck in this situation. I'm sure this person that got fired for a reason. That's the way I went into it. And I'm happy to report that is the determination that I was able to come out with in the back end of it. I don't know why I said that so weird, but went into it thinking that she deserved to be fired. And after doing my research, finding the story, she definitely deserved to get fired. So now that I've Tarantino'd it and told you the ending, why don't we work our way back and find out what happened to Drippin Honey? That's her rap name. So Detroit, Michigan, a teacher of molding of young minds, somebody there to guide and show people the way. Let's just let the news story take it from here, I guess.
Yeah, that couldn't hurt.
Nobody even knew I was a rapper until the parent kept continuously complaining.
Motown baby going crazy like the 80s.
Dominique Brown, whose rap name is Drippin Honey, has been an educator for 7 years and started teaching history at Taylor Preparatory High School in August. But all that came to an abrupt end months later, after she says a parent came across one of her rap videos.
The first meeting that I had with like the principal and the dean, they had told me that the parent wished to stay anonymous and she felt as if she didn't like my rap career and that I was a bad influence on the kids because I rap.
She says she was fired in February because she's a rapper. Before the firing, around Thanksgiving, she says there were meetings and an ultimatum.
My mind and my heart was telling me two things. I couldn't see myself like giving up my other passion just because somebody didn't like it. And they said erase all your content. That was the ultimatum, erase all your content. I'm just like, respectfully, I can't do that.
There's Drippin Honey for you. What are your thoughts so far, my friend?
One, what age group does she teach?
That is a good question. They never told us. They don't tell us. It's I gather that it's like middle school age, like a junior high.
I'd be interested in that, to be honest, though, because a lot of these kids are exposed to this nonsense, regardless. But
which is great. Table that because I have a opinion about that after the next clip.
But yeah, my other thing is, and maybe this is for after the next clip, that it's like no one's mad that she's making music on the side. It's the content of the music. Like so I think the bigger problem is, just hip hop culture, that kind of, what's said in the songs to begin with. Like if she was a singer of any other thing, they wouldn't say it's what she's saying. And we have a video of the actual video. Like,
exactly. And that's exactly where it goes. And you're 100% right. So it's important. And it's the reason why it caught my attention for our show here is because we often talk about the cultural and societal ramifications of people's decisions and the way they carry themselves and how it affects all of us. And unfortunately, even though it's something that we've both consumed a lot of, I know I've changed my stance on it more than you have. Just rap music as a whole, that I feel that it's immature and silly in a way at times. Like I listen to things that I listened to in my 20s and it's almost like cringy, like the lyrics to it and the message that it's telling and saying. And I don't know, like it just feels weird. And now like rappers we listened to in the 90s and stuff, if you see them still trying to do stuff or do things, they look like old men that it doesn't work, to at least, I don't know. I'm not saying that all rap music is horrible. Like there's talent and skill that goes with it. The beats do sound good. The right ones. I love Hamilton just like you do too. And there's a lot of rap music in Hamilton, but the message they're saying, the things they're rapping about is done in a lot more acceptable way in a play like Hamilton than the standard traditional rap music that is out there and being consumed.
Yeah, the message is the issue.
Absolutely. 100%.
Not the art form, because I think you can't undeniable. There's some talented people that do rap, right? But it's
it's the message, the lyrics, and this woman in particular, the way you're even presenting yourself, like the way you're dressed and stuff too. Not that even in the clip we show from it, it's anything that's over the top egregious or that other people don't dress like that, like, of course, but when you wouldn't show up to work as a teacher dressed the way she's dressed in the rap video that we're going to show you. And with today's day and age, if you're putting that on the internet, you can't separate the two. That I'm sorry, you are a public teacher, you're a public school teacher. You have to carry yourself.
We could be caught, the way this world's going, and the more culture leans to a certain way, like we could be facing the same results. Do you know what I mean? Even
100%.
if we're not ashamed of everything we say, promoting a message of Jesus.
I mean, you
Christ,
should be more than me.
Yeah. But I'm saying in general though, right? I'm in tech. Like they don't like, conservative viewpoints on paper.
True.
So like it's crazy, but yeah, we could be in the same seat. So at least be honest with, it could have happened to us too. It stinks, but I agree with the way she's doing it is not acceptable.
I do think I think you're right, but like I also think that I don't think we should be doing this if we were high school teachers, middle school teachers. If we were showing up,
all right, cool,
and you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're average Joe citizens, fathers trying to change the culture a little bit.
Exactly, and like
not mold minds,
yeah. So we're not affecting the people we work with are grown adults, and if they happen to come across our podcast,
yeah, I get it. People could just Google their teacher's name, even if she's not even talking about the rap stuff,
Exactly.
And then she's supposed to be a role model to those people. I'm a role model to my children, maybe.
Yep, exactly. Like, and you know what? My father was a Boston police officer his whole career. I don't think it would be appropriate for a Boston police officer to also have be moonlighting as a podcaster on his off time or as a rapper or whatever. Like, I don't think because you need to be an authority figure out there in the public. So it'd be hard to expect their neutral discretion when you know how they feel about certain things that they're advertising on their off time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Do you want to show the second part of the news story that we have where they kind of go a little bit deeper with Miss Drippin Honey?
But she says that has nothing to do with Taylor Prep and the positive impact she's had on her students and the community.
Is it that they didn't like your rapper career, or was it that they didn't like necessarily the content?
The meetings was so like one-sided to where they only told me what somebody didn't like. They didn't tell me as if you did this wrong, you did that wrong. So, and that's why I also, in my behalf, I'm like, well, send me what am I doing wrong in writing?
Lynn says she's seen Brown's videos and that they are no different than any other hip-hop video a child can access on social media.
For me, it doesn't matter what you do outside of, the education structure. Like once you leave that particular building and you go on with your life, then you do whatever you do.
Yeah, you do whatever you do. That's one of the mums at the end there too, who's trying to like advocate for her. And yeah, the school there is a charter school in Detroit. It's a prep high school. So I think I don't want to jump your point from you, but I think you were kind of going down the road of like, okay, high school age kids, middle school age kids, they're already exposed to rap. And that's kind of what the mom like is saying there too, that they can find this stuff already out there. And that's true. It's 100% true. But should they be consuming the type of rap music that glorifies, drug use, profanity, throws the N-word is used every other word in the clip we're going to show you from Drippin Honey's song. She throws that around. She makes references to her own genitalia. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Why is that the message? And just because they can find that stuff doesn't mean they should be able to find that stuff with their teacher promoting it now too. We should be like, okay, they shouldn't be able to find the stuff they already can find, not add more onto it from somebody who's supposed to be teaching them how to carry themselves and how to live their lives and how to educate themselves. It's kind of mind-boggling, you know?
Yeah, I could imagine saying, like, you know, growing up, you go out to the store or whatever, grocery shopping, and you bump into your teacher. They were always kind of like the same, you know, figure, right? They weren't have this completely different life. But I could imagine it being traumatizing, not the word traumatizing, but like a little less respect. You're like, oh, I'm sure this lady knows what she's talking about at the classroom. If you see her like leaving, being her shift at the strip club, you know? Like, oh, now this lady knows everything.
Yep.
And now taking it serious. So
yeah. And you know what? I heard a show that I was listening to this week. I forget who it actually was that said it, but trying to talk about like people in the world today try to act like you can be different people no matter where you are, like it fit into different boxes. Okay, there's a work juice and a home life juice and a friends and family juice and a podcast juice. Like, you can't live your life like that. You're just juice. Like, and I try to be the same way. Like, of course, like, you know, you do kind of feel the company you're around, you feel them out a little bit, and maybe you know, are fully relaxed in one setting, or, you know, we know how to act when you are at work as opposed to when you're drinking beers with someone or on the golf course or in a hockey locker room. Like, yeah, there are differences, but you can't expect to have your life be completely boxed off like that and put into different boxes no matter where you are, especially in the internet world that we live in. So you can't expect to have privacy at work from your side hustle rap career, or like just if you worked in a strip club, or if you were whatever, if you did something like that, that's going to corrupt you morally, and it's gonna affect all aspects of your life. It's not just gonna be boxed off like that, and you can't remove it from who you are as a person. Personally,
let's give the song a chance though.
yeah, sure.
People haven't made what if it's like Killer, and people are like, oh, maybe she can do both. If you're that good of a rapper, give you a pass.
You might be right. Let's show it to the people then.
They know Drippin stay getting to the cash, right? They know like a movie, I close that cap, right? They know Drip got flow, that's why they mad, right? Money coming fast, better act right. Hit LAX, Melrose, got me tripping. Bitches in they feelings, watch me run up this chicken. My nigga driving crazy, but he helped me make a 50. He like his women thicky with a bankroll. Never smoked the same shit, blueprint, Bentley got the best bows. Wholehearted bitch, no apology. He gotta buy me Louis for this coochie if he proud of me. I'm signing titties at my show. Baddest bitches, I love the hoe. They know she stay drippin'. They know she stay drippin'. They know she stay drippin'. They know she stay.
They know.
What if she was doing like A squared plus B squared equals C squared? Like, is that like, then she could have the side career,
like
right?
Shapiro's rap? If she was doing that,
no, then she wouldn't get the career off.
No, but we've already kind of made the point. But like, I even had it like jotted down in a way too. But if she was singing classical music, dressed like, you know, going to the opera, if she looked like that in professional attire and carried herself, you know, a more ladylike way, a more appropriate way, and was singing classical music, I don't think parents would have a problem with it. Instead, she's dropping the N-word, calling herself and other people hoes, making references to smoking weed, and saying that line in there. I forget exactly what it was, but like holding out to get paid better if he wants to get her. Woohoo! Like, that's the reference she makes. Yeah, like, So, like, come on, man. Like, you're making Juice giggle. You're making me blush here. And you're going to go walk into the classroom tomorrow and teach some 15-year-olds, like, whatever subject you do teach. I don't even know what subject she taught. But come on. Something's not right there. It's pretty straightforward. And she even said in the news clip, nobody could tell me what I did specifically wrong in writing. Like, what else do you need them to say? Like, don't be putting videos on YouTube of yourself calling people hoes, talking about your coochie and smoking weed. Like, I'm sorry. That's it. That's pull the video up. Here's your writing. It's right here, tattooed on your brain. Like, wish I didn't have to see that again. Sorry, I thought you were coming in with something there.
No. You want to put a link to her video down below so we can get some more traction our way? Get the algorithm.
You know. So we say dripping. You know. Yeah, let's give her a little traction.
Yeah,
holy
have her get us some traction.
I know she might. She probably would. I think she's probably popping.
I don't hate you, Drippin Honey.
Now.
I'm kind of feeling it.
There you go.
You know, can't get
in case she watches. I like it.
Yeah,
good job, Juice. All
right, good stuff.
So, going from one, like kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say deranged isn't the word I'm looking for. This lady's not deranged, but maybe just out of touch with reality. So let's go from one out of touch. Drippin Honey. She's probably doesn't realize, how to function in the real world. Quite all that.
She's not as crazy as most that we come across on the show.
She's not. It made me a little bit delusional. So going from one delusional wannabe rapper to a very delusional wannabe successful governor of Massachusetts, Maura Healey, who gets to be in charge of my home state here. And she is just the worst. She's horrible. Recently, about 2 weeks ago, here in Massachusetts, a 26-year-old illegal immigrant from Haiti raped a 15-year-old disabled girl at the hotel he's being housed at here, while he's here seeking asylum, I guess. And obviously, the story spread a little bit. People are like, what is going on here? Why is this person here? And why isn't his ass being deported? And, the governor was asked about it. And this is what she had to say. If you want to give it to us, Juice.
He asked Governor Healey if she can prevent this type of incident from happening again.
Unfortunately, we have security and systems in place. We have vetting in place. It is unfortunate that from time to time things will happen.
From time to time, things will happen. There's something pretty normal there that could be put in place to prevent this. Don't let him in. Don't let them in the country. Talk to the president that represents your party in the White House and just remain in Mexico. Worked great. I know you want to bring more immigrants into the country. That's fine. But why do you have to make it this easy for so many illegal immigrants to come and be here right now? And then when they do stuff, they commit a crime, they make it less safe for those around them. You don't do anything about it either. You don't deport their ass. You don't get rid of them. You give them.
So was that his first offense? Because she's like, oh, we vet these people and do no, probably not. There's probably a rap sheet there.
Good point. And
said, right? We do all this vetting and pre-work.
Yeah, we have systems.
You might not even know their name. Like they just
no, exactly. Yeah, how you?
Gave him an ocular pat down, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Instead of trying to protect the women from being abused in her state, Healey instead is spending time making sure that women can abuse their own children easier in her state. when she supports stuff like this, if you want to give the other video to us, Juice.
Yeah, and if she's not doing that, she'll just turn the women into men too.
Yes.
The remainder of them.
Exactly.
When you have the court taking up the question not only about mifepristone, which is probably one of the most studied and safest products out there, proven to be safer than Tylenol, Viagra, and penicillin even, and you have courts and lawyers now arguing about what the FDA does. I mean, the FDA, scientists, right, who are making these decisions, making these calls, and that's why we need to do everything as states to ensure protection for medication abortion. I hope the Supreme Court sees its way through to a decisive and favorable ruling that protects access to medication abortion and also protects what the FDA and scientists and experts are supposed to do.
Unbelievable. You see how like focused she was on that too? Like you can see the passion she has for this, as opposed to in the first clip where it was dismissive and got things in place already. Like things are going to happen from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah, we're betting them.
Yeah, exactly. And this is just absolutely ridiculous to me that she's up there, and I have a pretty good bullshit meter. I feel like, not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but my antenna went up when she says, "Oh, this is safer than Tylenol, Viagra," and that, like,
yeah, for who? Not the baby. No, not the baby.
Great point. Great point. It sure as hell is not safer for the baby. But
and like, and she was like hating on the FDA at the beginning, right? Was she or she was pro? But like it was all about them when it was the vaccines and stuff. Oh, look, the FDA's gonna give us a rush.
No, you know what? I think she is in support of the FDA because that's basically the entire Supreme Court case that is the issue that she's talking about. It's about the power of the FDA because they did the same thing they did with like the vaccine stuff where it didn't go through the extensive vetting process that they typically would on this abortion pill that's in question.
Oh, they're pushing it forward.
They greenlit it faster. Yeah, exactly. And the Supreme Court is hearing a case by other physicians that are upset about it. Like they don't want to be forced.
And she already knows that it's less on you than Tylenol.
Yeah,
from what study?
Exactly.
Studies. But still,
studies show we have to listen to the scientists will tell you.
Yeah,
this.
like no, what you're supposed to do is test it for a decade on
exactly
willing participants. You know, pay them $20. You know, at least before you.
At least. So it's just absurd and ridiculous on all fronts.
Trials and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They left right now wants to give the FDA like carte blanche to do whatever they want. Like no strings attached, nothing in place to question them. You know, if you question them, you're questioning the very existence of science itself.
Yeah,
so
3 out of 5 FDA guys agree. You know, on a tube of toothpaste or something. 4 to 5 doctors recommend.
Yep. Yeah.
You need to do that.
4 out of 5 supporters of Planned Parenthood support methylprednisolone, whatever that was. The abortion pill.
They take it instead of they take it instead of Tylenol.
Yeah.
Because one just kills headaches. One kills headaches and babies.
Yes, exactly. Oh, it's crazy. And it just, that will never cease to bother me how important the issue of abortion is for the left and the Democratic Party these days. And we've said it a ton on the show already, but long gone are the days of safe, legal, but rare. That little phrase they liked to use back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it's never coming back. Now it's shout your abortion, be proud of it. We're going to make it even easier for you. Like they're going to stop prescribing this abortion pill and there's no age verification that's going to be needed. That's the way the left wants it to run. They don't want it to have to be through a parent's approval. They want doctors to be able to issue this through the mail, through telehealth appointments. They want to make it like foolproof. They want to make it like mail-in ballots. Just show up on your doorstep. There'll be an abortion pill there. Like, yeah, have premarital. Help me
Instead
out
of
there,
like
Juice.
premarital sex, instead of
Yes.
the sticker "I voted," you just get a box of that. Like with
I aborted.
no, like I voted. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying
Exactly.
you get a box of that.
They'll hand those out to you. Somebody recently too, actually, like I forget which artist it was. It wasn't Lizzo, but it was some concert. They were literally passing stuff like that out to the crowd. The
Yeah,
pill,
Olivia
abortion pill.
Rodrigo.
That's who it was, right?
Like, yeah, and she's like kind of came up as like for young children, and she's kind
Oh,
of growing into a woman now.
okay.
But like
Okay.
her audience was like, you
Young.
know, she was young audience.
Ugh. Like, I don't know who she is, but
She's the girl that was on the podium one day, like talking at like 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 at the press room podium and like doing stuff there.
Oh, okay.
Rodrigo, whatever. She's like some type of, Latinx. Of some
Yeah,
sort.
I remember that now. But that's disgusting, right? Imagine that, handing those out.
Yeah.
And
Kids, some of the
that's
kids at
just,
the concert don't even know what it's for, like, or whatever.
yeah, exactly. It's a sick world right now, man. When it comes to that, when that is their bread and butter issue, that is their number one thing that they champion and celebrate and promote. And it's diabolical. There's stuff behind it. It's not just right out in the open too. Like their reasoning for it. Like, yeah, it's gonna prevent you from having a baby. Like, it's gonna kill your baby for you. That's their start, but it speaks to so many other things that they want that to be the start to what they want you to do for them. They want to have complete control of these people their whole lives, and they want to get them drunk, high, and happy with it, and make them dependent on them after the fact. Give them a little taste of the abortion pill so that you can continue to accept and promote and celebrate abortion. No longer is it a shameful act. No longer is it something you should use as a cautionary tale to prevent you from having premarital relations. Now it's have as much sex as you want, have as much, go chase all your most animalistic desires and put no guardrails in place for yourself. Don't hold yourself to any bit of accountability at all, because we got the fix for you. We got the solution. We'll take care of you. And it's sickening. It's disgusting. And the governor here in my state is promoting it, advocating for it, and lying to people about it, framing it in a way that makes her seem like the nice, good guy in the situation, when in fact, she's the monster of this story, plain and simple. So I don't know, getting more fired up the more I'm thinking about it, Juice. Sorry. You got anything to add to this topic?
No, I'm just happy I don't live there.
Yes, you should be. Now, we're pretty much wrapped up at this point. I did want to touch on something I didn't give Juice notes about, so we don't have a clip for it. I don't want to spend too much time on it, because ultimately I don't think you, the audience here, cares as much as like I do about a particular story like this. But Candace Owens was let go by the Daily Wire last week, and it has been all over the internet. I've been sucked into this story. It's almost like one of those juicy gossip stories for me, who's into, political commentary. It's the world I'm in right now. It's the world I'd like to advance in, and hopefully be able to influence a larger audience at some point. So this story piqued my interest, and you guys know how I feel about the Daily Wire. I love the place. And I love Candace Owens. I always have. I think she's great. Makes a lot of good points and does it in a great way. And she's been a part of a couple of great documentaries that got released on the Daily Wire too. So she's done some good things. There was a good relationship think they worked well with each other. But now that there's a slot open, I think maybe they should take a look at me in the Juice box here to try and fill a show for them. What do you think, Juice?
I'd do it. I would
You're
do
in?
it. Yeah, if they have them contact our guys.
Good. Maybe we could talk to the Crane & Co. company guys and see if they can get us an in. That might help. But overall, I think the aggravating thing when it comes to this Candace story is like it got kind of tabloidy and trashy, where it was turned into everyone talking about a beef between her and Mr. Ben Shapiro, and the word anti-Semite was tossed around a lot and things like that. And I think a lot of smearing of both sides in this, like, you know, either you're pro Candace or you're pro Shapiro in the Daily Wire, and I'm neither. I'm pro like more conservative political commentators, more conservative political movement sticking together instead of going after each other with this stuff. And I just think it's ridiculous. And to be honest with you, she started with the Daily Wire 3 years ago, and it was in March, and this just ended 3 years later in March. So to me, seems like a 3-year contract that simply just wasn't renewed. And I think this is a juicy, good way to get people talking, good or bad, about both of them. And it just generates buzz in both the Daily Wire and Candace on her own now going out. So, you know, I like wrestling. Juice, you're a wrestling guy too. Like they love stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
not like
Kayfabe.
that. Yeah, but I'm not. I mean, I like
it's not a big elaborate
it.
scheme. You don't think?
No, I mean,
people talking about them.
When you said that, I was like, yeah, well, yeah, why not? But I was saying I'm not a huge wrestling guy.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I'm not against it, but
embarrassed
like,
by it, man.
no,
You
I'm
like
not.
it. It's okay.
I just don't want to. I'm the truth. Like I haven't watched it in like 8 months. So
WrestleMania is next weekend, brother.
Okay, I'll try to catch up by then.
Good.
But I need like this season on.
No, they give you montages before every good match. You'll be fine. It's good.
All right. Before we move on, except a quick note is Sunday's an important day. I'm not sure if you heard, but Biden signed off on it yesterday. Transgender Day of Visibility, going to be this Sunday.
Oh,
right.
Are you serious?
Easter Sunday. Yeah, Easter Sunday.
On Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I swear.
Is this a bit?
No, March 31st, Sunday.
Oh my goodness. Come on.
I swear.
What is going on with this world, people? That could it be any more insulting? From the what's he call himself? Something Catholic, devout Catholic, right? The devout Catholic president that we have is signing off on a trans day of visibility to fall on the same day Easter Sunday falls on this year. Come on, man. That's absurd. Absolutely ridiculous. All right. Let's move off of that. We can't dwell on that. Unfortunately, that's a topic for another day because I'm sure we could dig a little bit deeper. As a matter of fact, they still haven't provided that the what's it? I'm saying manuscript in my head, but that's not the name of it. From that trans shooter in Tennessee, manifesto. That's the word I was looking for. They still haven't provided that to the public.
That's 3 years to like the day, right?
1 year. Just happened last year. Yeah. But yes, you're right. To the day though, it happened.
Yeah.
I think the anniversary was like 2 days ago. I think
he didn't mention that. He didn't mention that. Like do a
crazy
anniversary of that.
Yeah, of course he doesn't. He doesn't want you remembering that. He doesn't want you thinking of trans and homicidal maniac who shoots up a school. Crazy. Okay.
Come
that
on,
one got me.
Man.
Yes. Let's move on to the Come On Man segment of the day. Now, you guys know that this is the one that Buc-ee's sponsors from time to time. We're looking for a permanent sponsor. And as we're moving on to this, please like and subscribe the show. We haven't done one of those in a while, wherever the thing is. We've been every once in a while, one of our little short reels has been popping off lately, getting some good amount of views and some of those thumbs ups, but throw a few follows our way too. Subscribe to the show, subscribe to the page. That way, when we do post new stuff, you'll get hopefully get notified.
And you could say like, oh, I was watching those guys before they blew up. Everybody likes to say, oh, I saw them when they opened for whatever band.
Good call. Right? Saw them when they were still in the basements, like, basement podcast, low quality stuff. With bad lighting.
Microphones don't work. You can hear the pens clicking.
We knew those guys way back when. Yes. So, give us a subscribe, give us a like, all that good stuff, please. That'd be great. And it helps the algorithm, helps the videos continue to circulate.
You help us, that helps Honey Drippin.
Yeah. You know. Oh, it's good stuff. So the Come On Man segment, we like to find someone that's done something, said something so ridiculous, so absurd that usually we, even though we're going to poke fun at them, there's not much else we can say except, come on, man. So we are not, completely one-sided on these things, all one way or another. We pick on a lot of these leftists and these weird people, the trans people, we hit them all. We get them every week. Now, even though one of our own doesn't mean they should be off limits, right? If somebody is one of our own, I should say, doesn't mean they should be off limits. We need to be able to poke fun at ourselves, make fun of ourselves a little bit, and be able to make fun of the people on our team. So I say that to show you guys the man that I hope would become the next president of the United States. He did something this past week that we couldn't let it go. So without further ado, Juice, would you like to bring up our man Trump in his own words?
I'm proud to be partnering with my very good friend Lee Greenwood, who doesn't love his song, God Bless the USA, in connection with promoting the God Bless the USA Bible. This Bible is the King James Version and also includes our founding father documents, yes, the Constitution, which I'm fighting for every single day, very hard, to keep Americans protected. Also, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance are all part of this God Bless the USA Bible, and it's just very important and very important to me. I want to have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul. Many of you have never read them and don't know the liberties and rights you have as Americans and how you are being threatened to lose those rights. It's happening all the time. It's a very sad thing that's going on in our country, but we're going to get it turned around.
Okay. So let me start by saying I have no issue with Trump doing an infomercial for a Bible. That's not the issue at all. It's fine if he wants to sell autographed versions of the Bible that include a Constitution, a Bill of Rights. Great, I'm all for it. So I have no issue with that at all. I think some people did, and that kind of aggravated me. So that is not why we want to give him the old come on man treatment. The one piece that I'm a little aggravated at is there was a part that I was looking for. I just couldn't actually find the clip of him doing it, but apparently there is a special Bible you could buy that costs a little bit more, and it actually comes with an audio cassette tape as well, and it's Trump narrating the whole Bible for you. And the thing I was looking for would have given us all those little snippets. So since we couldn't find it, me and Juice will just have to try to remember the commercial that actually was like, oh, if you buy this Bible, you'll get such classics as, and God said, let there be light, and there was light, and God saw the light, and it was good. He thought, wow, it's the greatest light ever, the best light. This light is huge light. It's great. It's the best light. And God was pleased because of this light.
And one like, thou shalt not bear fake news against thy neighbor.
Yes, exactly.
False witness.
And the clip of him saying, and Peter was told that he would, you will deny the Lord 3 times, 3 huge denials, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6 denials before the crocs.
The crow. The cock crows.
The cock crows. The cock.
Very large cock.
It's crowing.
Beautiful cock.
And all over the place. And Pilate turned to the
guess
crowd.
what, Peter? You're fired.
And Pilate asked the crowd out there, do you want Jesus or Barabbas? And horrible crowd, terrible crowd, horrible people. They said, give us Barabbas.
Crucify him.
Crucify. And it was a crucifixion. It was maybe the biggest crucifixion of all time.
Similar thing when will the cup pass from, let this cup pass from me. Jesus has the others stay and like, hey, stay awake, just be alert. I'm going to take Zebedee's crew and whoever right up to pray. And they're sleeping when he comes back. Like you were saying, horrible disciples. That's what they got me. These horrible disciples taking a nap.
Who's sleeping? You sleeping? I don't sleep at all. I run the country. I run the world. I run an empire. I run real estate. No sleep. I get no sleep. And these guys are sleeping. These guys over here, I'm doing a terrible Trump, but I can promise you that this is what was in the clip that we just couldn't find. He was saying things like that and reading his passages and ad-libbing, stuff as he went. I think he said something about Noah and his ark, and he took 2 of every animal. You need 1 male, 1 female, so that they could procreate. You see, right here in the Bible, it tells you there's 2 sexes. That was another bit that he threw in there.
Thou shalt not kill. Unless you're me on 5th Avenue, I could shoot a man dead.
Yes.
And they'll still vote for me.
Still vote for me. Absolutely. And at the very end, I think he even says, and the Lord says, vote Trump. He throws that in there as well. I just couldn't stop laughing at that one. It's a good one. Good story. But at the end of the day, I'm still glad the guy's trying to sell a Bible. That's not a bad thing. Right, Juice?
Yeah, worse things he could be doing. And I'm not hating on combining it with the U.S. Doesn't bother me that much. I feel like it's a little on the line. This should be a sacred book, not. But I mean, the other things he's talking about is sacred to us as well. It's not putting in political ideology. It's just this is what we were founded on. These are your rights.
True.
But
he is right though too when he says that people don't understand the things that their own rights and the things that should be granted to them by being citizens in this great country, the greatest country that's ever lived. So he is right on that. Well, I think that's about all I can remember from that Trump infomercial. Reading the Bible for you. Maybe if we find it, we can put it in the comments for you guys so you can get the real version of it. But yeah, it was good stuff. Juice, you got anything else to add to the Trump thing there?
Not to the Trump thing. Just a happy Easter to
everybody love that.
Coming up this weekend.
Okay, good man. Before we completely finish up, I guess we'll give Mr. Trump. We have to give this to you, sir, just because you didn't include your actual audio version. You didn't let the audience know about that. So for that, and not for trying to sell us the Bible, just for not including your own audio version of it, is the reason why you, sir, have earned yourself one big, fat, classic.
Come on, man.
And as Juice said, Easter's tomorrow, so happy Easter. Programming note, I didn't discuss it with my man prior to coming on today, but I know he's going on vacation after his services on Easter. I hope you have a great time with your family. But I do think it would probably be best if we skip next week, right? I know we were kind of if we can fit it in, if we find time or something. But I think realistically, I would say don't expect a new episode next week because, I don't want to make the man work while he's on vacation. So I think that would probably be tough to fit one in. So we're going to take 1 week off. If we happen to squeeze something in, just think of it as a bonus then. But look for us 2 weeks from now where we'll be back at it. We're ready to rock and roll. And you got anything else to add, my man?
Nothing.
Awesome. Well, happy Easter and thanks for having us. Me.
Ugh.
The Right and Wrong Show is produced by Juice. Executive producer, Juice. Audio mixer is Juice. Hair by Skull Shavers. Wardrobe and makeup by Ashley Ruka. Right and Wrong song created by Juice. The Right and Wrong Show is copyright 2022 from Brian Ruka.